All right, all right. Welcome to my channel, Clear Waters. Tonight, I'm gonna be talking about why are religions always in conflict. I think it's a good topic. There's a reason behind why people are gonna be in conflict whenever they are presented with one of these gods currently available right now. So, like always, I'm just gonna double check on my settings, make sure that this live stream is running smoothly. So, perfect. Perfect. Okay. And also, I'm gonna share the link for the Discord. Just in case anybody out there wants to call in and have a conversation. Yep, it's the same link that I have already. Excuse me. 2UW2U. Yep, that's it. It's the same. Excuse me. So we're good in there. Why do you think religions are always in conflict? Okay, so that's my welcome message. Why do you think religions are always in conflict? Call in and let's have a conversation. I'm just gonna pin that message. Beautiful. Okay, let me bring that music down. I like it, but I cannot think very well with the music at the same time. Bring the volume down on my phone. So everything looks good. Everything looks fine with the live stream. I'm just looking through some of my scenes, make sure that everything is in order. Perfect. So why are religions always in conflict? I think this is a very interesting topic because it talks about humanity. It talks about people in general. It talks about feelings. It talks about I think anybody that believes in one of these gods available right now, it does it it does believe in a god because of an emotional reason. I know that there's people that say that no, 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 there's nothing emotional about believing in a God, but I think that is so wrong. It is 100% belief based on feelings. So I want to look for the video that I was watching today on the news about an attack. Let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can put this on the screen to show you how peaceful religions are. One of the biggest problems we have in humanity right now is the beliefs in gods. Is ruining life for many people. And the irony of the situation is that people think that believing in a God is going to improve your life somehow by asking the God for special favors. But it's just a ridiculous idea that up to now, I'm talking more and more openly that this thing about believing in gods is a mental, emotional problem. Today, I wrote in a video, some people were cheering and praising because there's more people, Gen Z people, going to church. And I put in the comment that that was really sad that more and more people um, are trying to find help on an invisible God. And I also put in the comment that nothing good is going to come out for people trying to find solutions to their problems via one of these gods available right now. It's always an invisible God that doesn't want to be seen until you pass on, and then you have no longer eyes, and then you can see the God. Anytime, okay, here it is. I found the video. Okay, let me see if I can show it here. Bomb attack. Incredible. Oop, what did I do? I just broke something. There it is. Okay. No, there it is. Yes, no, yes. I gotta work on this. Okay, I just broke something. Nicely done, Javier. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna show you how peaceful these religions are. If you're involved in one of these religions, I have many questions for you. Like, for example, what the hell is wrong with you? I will start with that question. Why would you believe in a God? What's so wrong with your life that you need to believe in a God? You can share your secret with me. You haven't found any solutions to your problems here on earth, and you're trying to find solutions to your problems in the ethereal realm with an invisible God that is gonna help you and do special favors for you. You know, I'm a very respectful person, but if I was not, and I was like raw person, I would tell you, man, you're absolutely not. You lost your senses. Come back to your senses. But I understand that when someone believes in one of these gods, they do it because of emotional reasons. So what does that mean? That the person somehow is broken emotionally. So we gotta be careful when we tell someone, hey, I think you're crazy. It's not the best, you know. Okay, so here we go.
Joined by James Gagliano, former FBI supervisory agent, and our brand new Fox News colleague. Congratulations, being one of our contributors.
Thanks, guys.
I'm sure you saw these comments yesterday. The attorney for Amir Balat, the guy pictured throwing that IED, claims that he and the other suspect have nothing to do with each other. They never met each other before. Take a listen.
What's the relationship between him and his co-defendant?
They're strangers, as far as I know. When you say they're strangers, are you saying that the first time they communicated in any way was on Saturday, or are you saying they never met? Maybe they might have communicated on the internet or online.
I'm saying they're from different parts of Pennsylvania. They're in different age groups. They are not
You know,
known to each other.
What the question is, why do people from one religion absolutely hate people from other religions? Because they don't believe in the same God. And that makes people mad. I want you to believe in what I believe. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like I'm crazy. So I need other people to believe in the same thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. So someone wants to shove their God right in your face and take it, because this is the best God, not the other one. The other one is a fake God, and my God is the real God. He's the one that is gonna help you in life. He's gonna do special favors for you. You feel bad, he's gonna make you feel good. Yeah, no. This is in a way, in the case of Christianity, it's called selling salvation. Sí, hablo español, me puedes hacer una pregunta y yo te puedo contestar en español. Con mucho gusto. Pero me tienes que hacer una pregunta. Estoy hablando de los problemas que hay entre las religiones y por qué creer en dioses es lo peor que le está pasando a la humanidad en este momento. Está creando muchos problemas, siempre los ha creado. So someone is asking me in Spanish, what am I talking about? And I'm telling the person I'm talking about the problematic of believing in gods. Si alguien en el chat habla español y quiere que hable en español, yo puedo hacerlo, pero me tienen que decir que hablan en español más de una persona para cambiar de lenguaje. Porque inicialmente este canal es en inglés, pero puedo cambiar en español si hay varias personas que hablan en español. Okay, so I'm just addressing some people in the chat or in the live stream that apparently don't speak English. I don't understand this thing about the live streams. I put English on my live streams, thinking that I want to reach probably a bigger crowd, but sometimes there's people that ask me questions in Spanish. So that's why you hear me sometimes switching to Spanish. Yeah, going back to the problematic of religions and believing in God, I was saying that today, in the year 2026, it is incredible that people believes in stories from the Bible, like the Great Flood, Noah's Ark. They think that the whole information in the book called the Bible is real, not really asking questions and questioning the information from the Bible, because coming to understanding and the realization that the whole thing, everything reading in that book is made up, is not gonna make you feel good, especially about the God. But I'm not in the. It is not my goal to start converting people to another religion or to start converting people out of any religions I think that probably what I'm trying to promote here in this channel and with this live streams that I'm doing is to promote more honesty, sincerity, transparency, especially when it comes to God. Because I think if someone comes to me and tells me, Javier, I believe in the God of Chimichanga or something like that, I don't know. Someone makes up their own God, I would tell them, you're absolutely not. You are crazy. You need some help. But if you have 10,000 people believing in the same God, probably there's going to be some type of normalization about the belief that is going to be really hard to tell someone in that group, hey, your God is made up, because more than one people believe and now they're group thinking. But believing in God is a problem in the world right now, especially in the countries that has stronger religious presence. The most religious countries are the ones that are having the most problems. Why? Because, like I've said previously, when you introduce a God to a human being, all kinds of troubles are going to start happening, especially if you present or introduce a God to a group of people. Yeah, you're going to create conflict. I would like someone out there to tell me, no, Javier, that's not the case because of this, of that. Just give me just one reason why you think what I'm saying is wrong. I'm saying that if you introduce a God to a group of people, you're going to divide that group of people. You're going to create conflict because there are always going to be people that believe and don't believe. Remember, the God is invisible. Nobody can see it. So if someone else comes up with another God that is also happens that is also invisible, now you have more trouble because you're going to have people in conflict trying to convince other people which God is better, which God is real. The whole idea of group thinking, doctrines in these invisible gods, I'm not going to ask anyone if your God is real or not. What's wrong in your life? What is so bad that is happening in your life that you need an invisible God to tell you how to live your life? And he's going to save you from some eternal torture that you don't know if it's real or not because you don't have evidence of any of that. The only thing that you have is a book. I could think that if you believe in this God of the Bible, something is wrong somewhere. Tell me what happened in your childhood. Why do you believe in invisible gods? Did you have a traumatic experience? Is there an abuse? Is someone, do you have some mental problem that you feel like someone is after you and you need the protection of a God? Do you need to have some spirits around you to protect you, like the angels? What's going on in your life? Why do you need a God in your life? Let's not waste time asking if the God is real or not. Why do you need a God? Why did you switch gods? Because I remember last month you believe in Allah, now you believe in the God of the Bible. What happened to Allah? Why the conversion? Is Allah no longer God? You found a better God? What's going on? I think we should have these conversations. You want to have a debate? Call in, let's have a debate, or just ask me questions on the chat. You're going to ask me, Javier, yes, or you're going to tell me, my God is real. He saved me. I'm going to tell you, okay, and congratulations. When was the first time you heard the word God? What were you doing? How old were you? Who persuaded for you to believe that this information taken from a book was real. You have never seen the God, never smelled the God, never touched him, but you have touched a book. You have seen a book. You have smelled a book. That's all you got, a book. You want to tell someone else about your God? You're not going to take the God to them. You're going to take the book. And they're going to have through this process of investigation to try to figure it out if the information in the book could be accurate or real. And once you spend years probably figuring out this information on the book, I think I have enough evidence to believe that the God of the book is real. I'm a believer. I believe now. Jesus, I'm ready. What happened? I don't know. Something about the book. You met Jesus? No. But I felt it. I felt Jesus. I felt it here. He touched me. He wrote his name in my forehead. I think it was 2 days ago, I was listening to a priest telling Tucker Carlson, about his experiences with demonic entities. You know, demonic, the one that scare you. Arr, arr. I want to scare you. Arr. He was telling him about how you say those. What's the name of that movie? Oh, I forgot that word. When you take the demon, exorcisms. He was telling him about his experiences with exorcism and the things that he sees, like people walking on walls and legs backwards and people doing contortions. Not one 5-second video. Nothing. So I'm watching this priest, I'm listening, and I'm telling my head 100% of everything that this priest is saying, 100% is a lie. Why would he lie about this information? Because his economy depends on it. There's a great motivation to lie. Not one single piece of video. You saw a person walking through the roof. How about taking a small video? Man, that will convince a lot of people that demons are real, but you have nothing. You have full of stories. I think you're making the whole thing up. Do you feel important? Do you feel like people go like, wow, this priest has experience doing exorcisms. Wow, maybe he have gone through a lot of different things. Wow, no, he's making the whole thing up. He's lying. Oh, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. How about sharing one piece of information? Show me a little bit. 5 seconds of proof of someone walking on the roof. Or anything that you're saying, because I cannot believe in the era of technology, you don't have a camera around. Come on. Any of these stories about spirits, demons, sacrifices, what went wrong? What went wrong? That you, if you're a believer, now you talk about sacrifices. Now you talk about violence and you call it love. Now you talk about spirits around you, you're talking about demons. Now you're talking about blood. Now you're talking about war, spiritual wars. You lost your mind. You lost your mind. Maybe it is possible because you have a weak mind. Someone persuaded you to believe that there's a spiritual entity that is going to judge you. Not right now. When you're no longer alive, then he's going to do it. Then you're going to see the God. Then you're going to see the hell. Then you're going to see the heaven. Not right now. Right now, the only thing you're going to see is the book. That seems to me very suspicious. I think that the whole thing about God and Jesus and heaven and hell, 100% made up. Every single story, everything made up. Javier, you're wrong. There's archaeological findings that tell that Jesus was real. Oh, sure. Okay, I agree with you. He was real. Now, what is the part that can convince anybody that he was a God? Well, scientific discoveries. Oh, come on, man. How old are you? 5 years old? Oh, what? You're 35? Because you sound like you sound like a kid. I'm sorry if you being a little bit disrespectful. I think I'm shaking a little bit. Because for me, it's extremely uncomfortable talking to someone that is wearing constantly a mask. You talk to a person that doesn't believe in any God, man, you're talking to their face, you're talking to them, that's it, you're talking to them. But you talk with someone that believes in one of these gods, you're talking with someone like this. You don't know what they're thinking, you cannot see their eyes because they are wearing a mask. You're not talking to a person. You're talking to a book. You're talking to someone else. This person has no longer thoughts of their own. Now they believe whatever a book says. But what is your opinion about? I have no opinions. I have the book. I do what the book says. Man, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you all right? Do you know you can be involved in a cult? No, Javier, no, Christianity is not a cult. But wait a second, you have ceremonies, right? Voodoo also have ceremonies. Santeria also have ceremonies. Do you have spirits? They have saints. So I see a lot of similarities between Christianity and one of these religions. Voodoo, for example. You play music at church. Oh, Voodoo also plays the drums. A lot of similarities. I think you're involved in some kind of religious doctrine that could be taken by someone like witchcraft. You have spells. Do you do a ceremony of taking, I don't know, God's body and blood? Ooh, yeah, that sounds some kind of ceremony. Do you get baptized? Symbolism. I think you're involved in a cult. Sounds to me. So, if you, because of whatever reason, man, if you need to believe in a God because you need some authority in your life, you need some guidance, okay, in your life, you cannot do it by yourself. You need some divine guidance, okay? I'll present you with a better God than the God of the Bible and the rest of the other gods. I present you with Chulum, the real creator of the universe and the only real God. Someone tells me, Javier, you just made up that God. I'm like, nope, you're wrong. And I can prove it to you that Chulum is the real God and is the creator of the universe. Okay, Javier, prove it. Well, how the universe came to be, it cannot come all by itself. everything from nothing is not possible. So, you see, it came from Chulum. Ah, you see? Javier, you're making it up. No, look at yourself. You are a being. You came from nothing. No, someone had to create you. So, it was Chulum. You see? Ah, there's proof, irrefutable proof, that Chulum is the only creator of the universe. And the person is like, no, 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 you're wrong. You're just trying to make a joke out of this. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. But I ask you a question. How can we prove which God is real? Chulum or your made up pagan God from a book? End of conversation. How are you going to prove which God is real? Because whatever you're going to present, I'm going to use it on you. Because as long as the gods are invisible, we can do whatever we want with the gods. Javier, no, God of the Bible is real because he created the universe. No, it was Chulum who created the universe. No, Javier, God created us because he loves us. No, you're wrong again. Chulum created us because he loves us. Well, Javier, Jesus gave his life for us, for our sins. Okay. Now there's difference right there. With Chulum, there's no sacrifices. There's no blood. There's no brutality. There's no violence. There's no eternal fire with Chulum. You see, Chulum just made you human and told you, hey, go be human. Oh, but Chulum, can I pray to you? No, I'm not going to do special favors for you. But Chulum, what if someone mocks you? I'm the king of mocking. That was my godly love. There's absolutely nothing you can do to offend Chulum. He's the king of offenses. Whatever you're going to speak, he already said it. If you're going to say Chulum is it's a stupid God, the words that come out of your mouth were created by him. Why would he get upset? But the God of the Bible does get really upset and violent. What? Why? Because we're not talking about a real God. This is like a human God created by humans. That's why I call it a pagan God. Maybe in 50 years, people are going to go, man, do you remember when people believed that the God in the book was real? The God in the Bible jumped from the book and created the universe? I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe in 10 years or 50 years or 100 years. The reason we believe in gods right now is because of a lack of understanding and because some kind of mental, emotional problem. Don't try to look for explanations. Try to fit your God into every explanation that everybody puts in front of you. The whole idea of the God of the Bible, Allah, and the rest of the other gods tell me more, not about the God. Tell me about you. I remember a few live streams ago, someone was trying to tell me to read the Quran. I'm like, what for? What for? After I read the information, what do you think is going to happen? Allah is going to come down from the heavens or whatever, and is going to touch my heart through this information from a book? I don't need a God in my life. I don't need any of these gods in my life. I'm okay with Chulum. Chulum doesn't bother me. He doesn't interfere. He's not watching what I'm doing. He's not judging me. So what your God is going to offer that is going to be better than Chulum? But Javier, we need what's it called? Morals. We need our morals from a God. No, you need some morals from a God because I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't need no morals. I know that if I hit my finger, it's going to hurt. I'm not going to do it again. I don't need no morals for that. I know that if I hurt my finger, probably the same thing is going to happen to another person. I don't need a God to tell me that. Don't go around hitting people's fingers. Come on. If a monkey can figure it out, do you see monkeys killing themselves all the time and murdering themselves? No. They live in societies because of a God told them how to live life? No. But you do need a God to tell you how to live your life. What's wrong with you? Can you tell me about what's going on in your life? Because I'm a mere sinner and I have an interest in you and how we can help each other as human beings right here on earth. When someone tells me, a believer in one of these gods tells me, I don't believe in people, this world, I only believe in my God and Savior, I'm like, man. So if you break your arm, are you going to run to your God? No, you're going to run to a sinner to fix your arm, to fix your pain. So you look more beautiful if you keep your mouth closed, because you're not sounding very smart, man. You're sounding more like you're trying to protect your feelings, and people are able to tell what you're doing. So in a way, you acting very innocently. You have your own bubble with your own God. You don't want anybody to burst that bubble. That's it. You want to convince as many people as possible just to validate that you're not crazy. But some people can tell that something is wrong. But there is another group of these supposedly believers that are not so dumb. These are the people that sell salvation. You know what I'm talking about? The preachers, the pastors, the God influencers, the people that say, God told me last night, He revealed to me, I had a vision from God. It's all BS. Everything they're saying. People doing live streams going "Shalarakamalaka shalaria Buddha." The love of God is reaching your heart. Shalarakamalahata. Talking in tongues. It's all made up. It's just for entertainment purposes, you know. Are you gonna give the money? Give me the money. Why? Because I'm entertaining you with God. Hey, I'm talking in tongues. I used to be speaking tongues when I was a believer. It was all made up. When you believe in one of these gods, your reality is distorted to a point that you cannot tell the difference between reality and lying. When you believe in one of these gods, you get so good at lying to yourself that you convince yourself that your humongous lie is now your real truth. Wesley Curry, that is a fact. None on TV who claim to speak in tongues actually speak in tongues. I am Wesley L. Curry. Wesley, you could be anywhere else in the world, and you are right now in this live stream. Thank you. Thank you for your input. I do speak in every language known to mankind, and I'm given to interpret tongues from Jesus, who told you all to tell the vision. So I take it, Wesley, that you are a believer in the God from one of these books. I speak in tongues. I can speak in tongues to you like I used to when I used to pray to God. Interesting, Wesley. You got me there for a moment. I thought you were like opposing the beliefs in God, but apparently you continue writing, and apparently you are a believer in the God of the Bible. How is that possible? How? How is that possible? It's just, this is for me incredible. Incredible. Wesley writes, I do believe Jesus is God, and I do so by confessing that I am an evil man and not a good man. Wesley, I'm gonna press your buttons right now just because you know that you are in a channel that is promoting transparency, honesty, and decency. So, whatever you're saying right there, I used to say to myself that Jesus and God were before me, before anything, before my family. You know, Jesus was my center, my power, my love. And today, I just recognize that everything that I was saying is because it felt good to me to say those things. There was nothing behind it, nothing else, just a feeling. It feels good. It feels good to you to say that Jesus is God because you have emotional investment in this idea that the God of the Bible is real, but you have never seen, met, touched, smelled Jesus. The only thing that you have is a book. But you could say, Javier, but the information in the books makes me feel good. Good for you. What I'm saying is that nothing good is going to come out from these beliefs in spirits and ghosts and demons and blood and sacrifices. Nothing good is going to come out of that. Wesley writes, Jesus showed all mankind a vision. It is the vision of the morning and the evening that is true. In Daniel, it is the valley of vision in Isaiah 22. Wesley goes on and writes, Jesus, show all the vision I speak now, please. Wesley, what you're doing right now is preaching. I don't receive preaching very well just because I used to preach myself. And I think it's a way to protect your feelings. You're trying to create this shield and you start preaching Jesus is and Jesus does and Jesus this to everybody, but you are just preaching. In the vision is the green pastures in Psalm 23, green grass on both sides of curved river. The green grass means everybody saw the same vision. Surely the people is grass. Everything that you're writing, Wesley, is made up. Never saw a vision from Jesus. I never seen Jesus, never smell him, never touch him. I was just creating images in my imagination about Jesus loving me and Jesus doing these things. You just have a book and you have stories in a book, and you, for some reason, because you're invested emotionally in this information, you think that this information is real, but it's not. You think it's real, you believe it's real. I know that everything in this book is made up. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Jesus appeared the first of 7 times on August 25 to all mankind. That's a humongous lie. I never saw the guy. Never seen it. Even if Jesus stands in front of me and tell me I'm Jesus, I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do? To get on my knees and start worshiping you? Besides that, Jesus, what are you doing here in my apartment? Why you're not in a hospital curing kids or doing something better? Why are you trying to convince me? I never seen Jesus. Probably you saw something. I don't know. What did you see? I never seen Jesus. And most people around this world had never seen Jesus. Most likely you had never seen Jesus either yourself, but you're saying that you saw him. Jesus removed the edge from all those tongues for a moment, that those feel the death and ashes, the unbaptized souls, their mouth. Wow. Wesley, with all the respect, you're stuck in gibberish. Are you okay? No. Maybe I can have you talk to another person that I talked recently so you can have fun with him, because he's gonna do the same thing to you. He's gonna start preaching to you and you're gonna start preaching to him about different gods. I would like to see that. It's gonna get so much fun. You're preaching, Wesley. I don't appreciate it. Each beast taking the mark shall receive electronic money from Islam to take the mark. The amount shall be 32,523. Wesley, I think you're spending way too much time around these gods. Probably if you can create more distance, I introduce you to Shulum. Shulum, no blood, no sacrifices, no appearances. He's not going to appear in front of you. He's not going to give you any messages. Yeah, you're predicting the future, like you're trying to, I don't know, it makes you feel good saying or showing to other people that you can tell the future, or God has a special connection with you, that you're able to communicate messages from God and tell what's going to happen. I think you're just making up the whole thing. Yeah, Wesley, you're making everything up. You're lying. I don't appreciate people talking to me and trying to tell me lies like I'm a kid. Do you have any proof of this? Do you have any information? Do you have any information that you are being contacted by God and Jesus and they're giving you this information? Because by this information, it sounds to me like the devil is feeding you information. I think you're in contact with a bad spirit and they're giving you bad information. Yeah, I think what makes you feel good is writing this information, because someone reading the information that you're writing could think that you have a special connection with God, that you get special messages that I don't get. And it's not the case. You're nothing special with God. God has no favoritisms with you. God is not talking to you. I think the devil is the one talking to you and giving you this crazy information. Nothing good is going to come out. You told me this information, I'm not going to do anything with it. Nothing helpful. How about instead of telling that the Omni barcodes shall be branded, how about you write something about how to cure cancer? That will be more interesting. That will cut my attention. But you talking about barcodes and stuff like that and tattoos, I'm not interested in it. I think it's sad. I don't know how old are you, but you writing this stuff. Write to me a message from God that is telling you how to cure cancer right now, so I can take that cure and take it to a hospital and start curing kids. That way I will know that you are being contacted by God and Jesus, but you're not saying anything of interest, at least not for myself. You haven't written anything interesting. The other day, some person told me that they got I'm sorry, don't tell me. I saw in a video someone saying that they got a revelation from God that Jesus was coming this year. Who cares? I don't care. Wesley writes on October 10, 2005, Satan, not God, told you, I will turn and toss you violently like a ball. You speak for him now and you believe his voice is the voice of God. Yeah, Wesley, I introduced you to Chulum. Probably you will be better off with Chulum as a god and not the God of the Bible. I think is ruining your reality. This is precisely why I have this channel, to promote honesty, transparency, and decency in nothing that you're writing. For me, my opinion has to do with honesty, transparency, and decency, because I think you're lying 100% with everything that you're writing. Because can you provide me with a proof that whatever information you're getting it from a devil, from a god? No, you're not going to do it. You're just making stuff up. I don't know where. I think you're trolling, man. Anyways, thank you very much, Wesley, for the entertainment. I like the fantastic stories. Just for something different, at least you're making me some company. Appreciate it. But I think it's been almost 1 hour. I like to, at the end of my sometimes small presentations that I make, I like to leave the chat's open and the mic open because there's a link on the chat that you can call in and we can have a conversation. So I'll just pay attention to the chat and to the link in case someone wants to ask me a question about religions, gods, spirits, demons, sacrifices, witchcraft. The nuke in Chicago is the wheel in the middle of the wheel, the fire unfolding itself in Ezekiel, man. I think you're just trolling. It was fun for a minute, man, but it's not funny anymore. So, in case anybody's besides Wesley's out there watching y hablas español también, me puedes preguntar en español. Or in English, you can ask me a question on why I'm deciding to promote or encourage people to be more honest. It's not that I'm an honest person. I try to be as honest as possible. It's very hard in this world right now, but I want to have conversations about why people believe in God or why people adapt to these crazy, absolutely nuts, bananas ideologies or crazy information from invisible gods that does nothing good for humanity. Nothing. Because gods incentivize lying and being dishonest. You cannot believe in a God and be an honest person. Because believing in gods and being honest is like water and oil. They're not gonna go together very well. Gods do not like people that try to be smart, honest, sincere, transparent. Gods don't like that. Gods like you to be obedient, fearful, and get your head in the book. Don't try to be smart and asking questions about where do I come from? I'm your God. You're going to question my authority. Asking questions like what I was doing before I created the universe. How dare you? You mock me. You're going to pay the price because I'm your God. How am I doing with my acting skills? Yeah, that's why I stay with Chulum. I like Chulum better. It's a peaceful God. It's non-violent God. Landmark Networking. Thank you so much for stopping by on this live stream. You could be doing other things and you're taking of your precious time to be here. Thank you. So Landmark Networking writes, Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas disagrees with your thesis. Okay, let's look who is Thomas Aquinas. Oh, Thomas Aquinas. Tomás de Aquino. What's his theory? Yeah, definitely he disagrees with my point of view. Definitely. If Landmark, you've probably missed it. I'm trying to share with people that believing in gods is problematic. Believing in gods is problematic for humanity. I think puts humanity in a disadvantage point. And I'm always willing to have conversations about this, but I'm trying to do my little part, making this world a little better. And I'm also trying to make some money. I'm not making any money right now with this information, so I'm happily doing it for free. Landmark Networking writes, faith and reason are not opposed, but a symbiotic. No. Faith is when you believe in something when you have no proof. So you can have faith in God, right? God is going to be very happy with you if you have faith in Him and Jesus. But that means that I can have faith in Chulum, my Lord, the creator of the universe and the only real God. I have faith in Chulum. And you're going to say, Javier, but what's wrong with you? Who is Chulum? I'm like the creator of the universe. Javier, I never heard of Chulum. Of course you haven't heard of Chulum because Chulum doesn't interfere with humanity. Remember what I said? No heavens, no hells, no sacrifices, no violent acts, no blood, no great floods with Chulum. Landmark networking, Landmark. I'm going to call you Landmark, okay? Landmark writes, incorrect. Faith that doesn't require. What? What? Incorrect. Faith doesn't require no proof. That's a straw man. Can you undo that for me? Because think that I'm dumb and I don't understand about the faith doesn't require no proof. Just make it easy. Faith in God of the Bible, you know, the God mentioned in the book. So I have no evidence. There's no evidence, there's no proof in my point of view. But you're saying that you have faith that probably is coming with proof. Can you share that proof with me if you're kind enough? You state faith equals no proof. That's not correct. Okay, let's not make it complicated. Faith in God. Do you have a little bit of proof that God of the Bible, the God mentioned in the book, is real? If you're kind enough, share with me, because that way it will be very clear for me that you are right. Faith in God, you could have it when you have proof or some proof. What is that proof that you have? If you don't mind my asking, if you can share with me. I'm ready, man. Oh, man, this is going to be good. Finally, someone is going to share some proof of the God in the book is real. Man, let me drink some water. I'm excited, man. Calling all doubters, calling all doubters. We have someone that is going to share some proof that the God mentioned in one of those books that talks about God, it's real. Calling all unbelievers. I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just waiting. What book? The one with the name Bible? Man, don't focus on the book. Come on, I'm waiting for the proof. Come on. Come on, man. I'm ready. This is going to be good, man. Maybe I'm going to turn this channel into God Clears Waters, man. Just because Landmark is going to show some proof that the God mentioned in the book, named the Bible, is real. Come on, man. Don't leave me hanging. Come on. You can do it. I'm excited, man. All right, well, I'll put a little music because I'm too nervous right now. I'm going to be put on my place. Someone's going to teach me a lesson. Come on. Okay, here we go. It seems like you have a serious psychological trauma about a specific religion. Oh man, that's your proof? Ah, come on, Landmark. Man, I got so excited. So, faith with no proof in the God in the book. Name the Bible. Landmark, I don't know why you didn't share the proof that you were referring to, and you wanted to discredit me as being crazy. I'm absolutely crazy. I need psychological help. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I'm in the loco in the head. I agree with you. Now, can you show the proof? Come on. Come on. I know you're there, man. I'll go check a psychologist or a psychiatrist, okay? Come on. Well, we're very fast approaching to the end of this live stream. So like always, I do my marketing of some of my videos. These are like, I don't know, 1% or 2% of my videos. Well, I don't think that Landmark is gonna show apparently any proof. So maybe it's accurate me saying that faith is believing with no proof. I thought he was going to correct me, and I'm still waiting. I have an open mind to have conversations about these subjects. I make it exciting that, I'll make a little fun because, come on, we cannot be very serious and be like, okay, show me the proof. No, I'm really excited, man. Come on. People are always talking about proof. God is real. There's irrefutable proof. But I ask people, come on, you have a live stream. Come on, can you write in there or call in and share this proof? You know how many people are going to convert to Christianity and start believing in God when you're going to share some proof? Man, God is going to be very happy with you because God has a partner in you. But no proof yet. I'm waiting. It's Landmark out there. Because I'm approaching the end of this live stream very soon, I'm paying attention to the chat and I'm paying attention to the links if someone wants to call me and have a respectful conversation about this problematic of believing in gods that is ruining humanity. We can have a conversation, but if anybody doesn't ask me any questions or anything right now, or doesn't provide any proof that the God mentioned in one of these books, we're talking about the one called the Bible, I'll do my journaling that it takes me like 5 minutes to do. I like to do it, just waiting for someone to wants to have a conversation. If not, I'll just shut down the live stream and do one tomorrow. I find it so interesting that when a believer calls me to have a conversation or writes on the chat and I end up not believing what they believe, they start calling names. That is so weird. But for me, it's understandable because we're not really talking about a God. We're talking about your feelings. That's why it hurts. Nothing to do with the God. You're using the God for your own benefit. Don't believe me? Go to find a mirror and ask yourself, How do I feel about the God that I believe in? How I feel about the God of the Bible? Do you feel bad? Do you feel like throwing up? Do you feel like horrible? No. It feels good. It feels good to be on the side of the bully. It's not gonna hurt you. He can destroy you like a cockroach. He can burn you at the stake for eternity. But you are on God's good side because you love God. And that makes you feel good. It makes you feel good to be protected. It makes you feel good that when we pass on, there's going to be someone waiting for you with loving arms. It makes you feel good. Knowing that there's a possibility that there's a God and you're like, man, I'm going to bet on red. Just in case the God is real, I don't want to be hurt for eternity. So I'll play along and I'll say to myself, yeah, I love God. I love God. God is my love and Savior. No, you're just fearful. You don't want to get hurt. This has to do with human mechanics. In order to move in life, you need a fuel. You need a special fuel in your human tank. That fuel or that energy that if you want to call it energy, it's called feel. F-E-E-L. You crave fuel in your life because the more fuel that you have in your system, you can continue moving. And this idea of a loving God is a source of fuel for your fuel tank. It does not matter if the God is real or not. It's the feeling that you are after, not the God. This is not if what I'm telling you is accurate or not. The question is, how long is it gonna take you to figure that out? The moment the God doesn't offer you any more source of feel good, you're gonna drop the God and suddenly it's not gonna feel real anymore. Right now, the God feels real to you because it's providing you with a source of energy. One God doesn't offer this fuel anymore, you will shop around for another God. That's why people convert. This God doesn't make it anymore for me, so I look for another God. Let me shop around. You know, I see that there's Allah, there's Buddha. Man, I have other religions too. Yeah, maybe voodoo. Nah, man, voodoo, I don't like the drums. Too loud for me. Santeria, no, man. Those sacrifices and animals being killed, I don't feel good about it. So let's go with Allah. Yeah, it sounds good to me. I kind of feels good. If by any reason none of the gods make it for you, you go to chapter 2 of the Feel Good book, and maybe you can find some other source of feel good. Maybe, you know, I kind of feel uncomfortable in my body. So if I think it's gonna feel good if I'm a woman. Yeah, man, I feel like a woman. Let me see. Check. Yeah, man, that feels good. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna believe in the God of the Bible anymore. I think starting tomorrow, I'm a woman because that feels good. When people run out of gods, they will make a God of something else. Why? Because you and me are avoiding to talk about a problem. By normalizing a problem is not gonna away. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna transmute. It's gonna change to something else. Because you have not fixed the problem. The king of normalizing a problem is called religion. Yes, you are in Christianity, you are part of a problem. But the only reason you cannot tell that you're involved in a problem is because you have been normalized. The question is not if your God is real or not. The real question here is, how long is it gonna take you to go back to honesty? How long is it gonna take you for you to start asking questions and not be spoon-fed this crazy idea of a violent God that loves you? Lord 3122, thank you so much for your comment and thank you for being here. Religion is not the source of problems. Movies also reinforce the structure. Are you against the vague concept of movies? Lord, I think I understand your point. I also agree that religion is not the source of the problem. The source of the problem is you and me, is humanity, because we're choosing a tool that is called religion to use it against us, and we cannot see that because of the promises that religion makes. The whole thing about religion is a big lie. It promises you something that is not going to deliver. So, thank you for your comment. But no, what I'm saying is that the source of our problems as humans is us, not religions. Thank you for your comment. If you believe Lord 3222, I'm going to call you Lord, okay? You're saying the problem is not religion, but the fact we use religion. Yes, exactly. I'm saying that the problem is not religion. Because, let me rephrase it, I explained this. Religion is a tool that is being used to normalize a problem with humans. Is that complicated? You take a book that tells you the problem with you is that you're a sinner. That is the problem. You see, you have a bad spirit in you. You don't have the Holy Spirit. You don't have the blessings of God. And that is your problem. And you go like, oh, okay, so that's what religion says and the book says. Okay, so that is my problem. Uh-oh. With this information from this book, the focus was taken away from you, yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and put on an invisible God. The power for you to solve problems was taken away from you and put someone else. Not by the religion, not by the book. You yourself, through some information that you took in without filter, that you are using it against yourself, but you don't know it. It is not that complicated. If you start asking questions about the Bible, religion, you're going to suddenly start seeing things that you were not able to see before. And you're going to understand that behind this religion is you. You're the one making up this religion. You are the one holding these beliefs. Once you let go of these crazy beliefs about this invisible God, religion disappears, and you find out that you were the one with your imagination creating this religion. That's a problem. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm doing my journaling because I'm about to end the live stream here. I normally do it for 1 hour. Normally I do it at 8 o'clock at night, my time. I think it's Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm always open to have a conversation about any of the subjects that I'm doing at the moment. Right now, let me go back. In my channel, I talk about health. I talk about money, money. And I also talk about relationships. In this case, I'm talking about relationships with yourself. Yes, through a God. Okay. Lord, religion is a product of a system. Yes, I know. That is why it reinforces the system. I don't agree. I know what you're saying, Lord. I know what you're trying to, to make reference to. But behind religion is a product, yes. A product of a system, yes. And behind that system is you and me. That's it. You see, what happens, Lord, is that whenever you take a problem and you move that problem away from you and you put it somewhere else, you're never going to be able to solve that problem. You have to grab it, take it to yourself, look at it, and then you can solve it. Never put it away. Never put it on an invisible God. Never put it on a Jesus. Never put it on an Allah. Never put it on one of these books. Once we have the problem in front of us, there's only one thing to do, to talk about it and try to solve it. Don't hide it behind a book, behind a God. The problem with people thinking that they are something that they are not is because of these crazy beliefs, man. I got some problems are not within you. Some problems are external and must be fought. If you think that to solve up your problem that you're having by fighting someone else that's gonna solve your problem, you can try it. I don't see it that way, because the first question that is gonna come to mind is, what problem are you having that someone else is creating? Because someone else could be doing something that has nothing to do with you, but it bothers you. It happens to me all the time. People get really upset at me because I'm telling them, hey, I think the God of the Bible is not real. And they get upset at me. I'm not attacking you. William Miller. Man, I'm about to end the live very soon here, but I'm going to answer a few questions more. William Miller asks or writes, most rational live on YouTube, ATM. Huh? Okay. Sure, whatever that means. All right. I normally live stream for 1 hour. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I don't have a rule that I have to stop in 1 hour, but I try to make it 1 hour. And I always leave room in somewhere in the live stream to ask questions, to have conversation. And besides, if we're having a really nice conversation, yeah, I can take it 2 hours. I don't care. I don't have a rule or someone telling me, hey, you cannot live stream for 2 or 3 hours. But anyways, thank you, Lore. Thank you, William. Thank you, Landmark. Thank you, Wesley, for your preaching. Anyways, thank you, Littlefinger, for being on the live stream. I really appreciate it. You guys make the live stream more interesting. Very good points. Very good questions. I appreciate it. I like to have conversations. I don't hold the entire truth about anything. I think I'm here more to learn than to teach anything. I have nothing to teach and everything to learn. Besides that, there's a saying that the master teaches what he has to learn. So I'm here to get information, to get advice from someone, not to give it. I'm the wrong person to be giving advice. How's that? I just want the world to be a little more sincere, honest, transparency, and have more decency and less preaching. Huh? How's that? All right. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. If you get to watch this video as recorded, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I'll be live streaming with another subject. Maybe it's going to be God. Maybe it's going to be something crazy about these religions or something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about money. Maybe I'll talk about trading. Maybe I'll talk about health. Maybe I'll talk about singing. Something like that. I'm open to have different subjects. So if you have a suggestion for me to speak about something that I can talk about, I feel comfortable, I'll happily do it. I'm also probably going to be doing some live streaming, offering a technique that I constructed myself for people with traumas, problematic situations that you have not been able to let go of those situations. Tune in, because probably it's going to be interesting for you. So I'm out of here. Thank you.